How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And I want to say the first or second year of the summer of 8-Bit. I'm thinking it was the first year. I talked about one of Acclaim's earlier NES releases, which was their release of an arcade port from Taito called Tiger Heli. What a lot of people don't know is that Tiger Heli was an early Toaplan game. Toaplan, we talked about a Toaplan game a few days ago with Snow Brothers. And Toaplan did a lot of arcade stuff, primarily. Later on, towards the end of life for them, they did some stuff for the Genesis. They never published anything on the NES or the Genesis though. It was always they developed stuff, their stuff got ported, that kind of thing. And their stuff was always heavily action oriented. It was always some arcade thing. It was a platformer or shmup, that kind of thing. Well, today we're going to talk about a shmup. And not just any shmup. The sequel to Tiger Heli. It was released in the arcade in 1987 and was published on the NES by American Sammy in 1989. Today, we're going to take a quick look at Twin Cobra. Now, Twin Cobra, not to be confused with Tiger Heli or Twin Eagle, or Cobra Command, is a shmup, a top-down shmup, where you control a helicopter. And yeah, you fly around a bunch of different locales, shooting enemies, bombing enemies, that kind of thing. Nothing that hasn't been done before. But it's like an 80s Toaplan game that was ported to the NES. And Sammy, despite how weird Ultimate Basketball felt, Sammy did some things that just felt good. Amagon gets a bad rap, but Amagon was really good. This also really good. But yeah, this is a shmup released in the 80s that had some ideas that were really good and caught on and have stayed with us going forward. Like the fact that the power-up system is very varied. You can pick up a bunch of different power-ups. They're all color-coded, and the projectiles you fire are based on and matched up to the color of the pickups. There are ways to power up each individual power-up that you pick up. There's a bomb cache. There are bonus medallions that you pick up throughout the levels that get counted up at the end of a level. What's another interesting thing that happens with this one? I think those are my main points. This game, while it's from the mid-80s and was released on the NES in the late 80s, a lot of the traditions that we hold in just standard esteem, they're the base level for what makes a good shmup, appeared here. Another interesting thing about this game. The bullets, enemy projectiles, they're a lot larger than they had been in the past, and your hitbox on your helicopter is a little bit smaller, so you can weave around. As long as that hitbox isn't touched by a bullet, you can exploit the space around the hitbox using your character sprite to bob and weave through enemies and all that stuff. So yeah, this game, learning and mastering this game will make you an ideal hitbox exploitation enthusiast. But this is a quality shmup. Is it the best thing on the NES as far as top-down shmups? No, that's probably Gunneck or Xanac. But this one is very, very good, and something that I definitely recommend to anyone who likes a good shmup. But yeah, if you are curious about and interested in getting a physical copy of Twin Cobra, the prices kind of vary. You can get copies for under $10. You can get copies for well over $10. I am going to say that a good average, probably about $13, $14, something like that. So yeah, if you decide you want to get a copy of Twin Cobra, they're not super expensive, and this got, actually, I want to say very recently, if you sniff around on PlayAsia, you can probably find a collection of all of these Tiger games, where you control the helicopter and all that. You can find a collection of them on PlayAsia. I don't remember exactly if they got ported to the US market, but in most instances, I don't know about the Switch. I know the PS4 is region free. So go get yourself a copy of this if you're into it. There are lots of ways to play it, and you'll get some other games thrown in there too. A good shmup ain't never hurt nobody. Much like a good puzzle game, you know? But this has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, meet Jordan Mechner's first baby. She loved karate and silent films.